Hello, everybody. Today, let's test the following graph for symmetry. We're going to test for three different kinds of symmetry, which are symmetry with respect to the x-axis, which is a vertical flip, symmetry with respect to the y-axis, which is a horizontal flip, and symmetry with respect to the origin, which is a graph that's upside down. If it's the same graph upside down, we have symmetry with respect to the origin. So let's start with x-axis. All right, you have the graph right here. And let's go to this button here that says flip vertical, which is flipping along the x-axis. And notice that we get a graph that's different than before. So since we get a graph that's different than before, then we do not have symmetry with respect to the x-axis. After a vertical flip, if we got the same graph, we would have symmetry with respect to the x-axis. But here, after flipping vertically, we could actually get a different graph, okay? And it's different because if you notice on the original graph, the y-intercept here is at 0, 1, but then after a vertical flip, the y-intercept is actually going to be 1 and 1/2, comma, 0. All right. All right, so let's see that again. So the y-intercept here is, the y-intercept here is 0, 1. And after you flip it, the new y-intercept is 0, comma, 1 and 1/2. Not 1 and 1/2, comma, 0, but 0, comma, 1 and 1/2. Anyway, a different y-intercept means a different graph, and so we do not have symmetry with respect to the x-axis. So we'll say no. Now let's test for symmetry with respect to the y-axis, and let's do that there again. All right, now let's go back to the original graph. Here's the original graph. Now let's do a flip along the y-axis, or a horizontal flip right here. If we do that, it looks like the y-intercept of 0, 1 stays the same, as well as this also y-intercept right here of 0, negative 1 and 1/2. So it's the same graph, okay? All right, so in that case, since the graph did not change, we can say we do have symmetry with respect to the y-axis. So we'll say yes. All right, now let's test for symmetry with respect to the origin. So let's turn the graph upside down, and if we get the same graph upside down as before, then we do have symmetry with respect to the origin. So let's find out. Let's go back to the original graph. Here it is right here. And let's rotate it 90 degrees. And let's rotate it another 90 degrees. Is it the same graph as before? Let's see it again. All right. So in the original graph, the y-intercept is 0, 1. Then after flipping it twice for a total of 180 degrees, or upside down, the new y-intercept is 0, 1 and 1/2. All right. So since we get a different y-intercept, we do not have symmetry with respect to the origin. So no for this one. And that's how to take a particular graph and test for symmetry with respect to the x-axis, y-axis, and origin.